dons, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Corleone, and I'm back with another tutorial on how to make a baddie intro for your YouTube videos. If you are already part of the Don gang, you know the vibes already, and if you aren't subscribed, please do not make it your last time here. Go ahead and click that subscribe button to come join the Don gang because it's lit over here. If you like the preview that you just watched, please give this video a big thumbs up as well, and leave your comments down below and any questions that you have. Let's get into the video, guys. Okay, so first off, I have everything in this album that I'll be using for my intro, so I don't get confused or start looking for everything all over the place, right? And then we're going to start prepping what we need for the first part of this intro. We're going to go into photo grade. I have already arranged what I want to use for this grade, so I'm just going to go into my drafts and show you guys. So what I have here is 2 videos and a picture of me in the middle. You can do this anyhow you want. I'm going to be using a selfie video and a video of me walking on the other side, right? So I'm just going to size this up, make them look how I want them to look. You can size it up or size it down depending on how your pictures are looking. I just really want them zoomed in for the effect that we're going for. And after that's done, you're going to just roll through the clips, make sure everything is aligned, and make sure to remove that watermark. It's very free, you don't need to pay to remove that. And then you want to make sure that the volume of each clip is reduced to the least. So you just go through all your clips and reduce the volume to the least. That's what I'm doing right now. Okay, when you're sure that everything is set, you just export that to your camera roll. Now we're going to go into the app VN, where we're going to add the clip that we just saved from photo grid. Once you're in, you're going to click on the cross sign at the bottom of the screen and click on new project and add your clip. Now that that's done, we're going to scroll to the end of this clip and remove any extra clips that will appear that we are not going to be using, and then we're going to cut down this clip to 3 seconds. Okay, now that that's done, you're going to select the clip and then you're going to click on FX. We'll be adding an effect right now. You're going to scroll till you find the expand effect. And if you notice, once you add an effect, it's not going to be more than 0.5 seconds. All you need to do is add it at the beginning of the clip, and that's all about that. Then we're going to click on the icon that says tap to add sticker, and then we're going to click on stocks, and we're going to add our paper tier overlays. I got this from PICSART. I'll show you how I did that later on. So we're going to select our paper tier and we're going to make sure it's the same length as the initial clip that we have on here. And then what you see me doing now is sizing it up. I'm just going to use this to part our grid because I want to give it like this whole paper tier kind of effect. Now it's looking how I want it to look. Yeah, I'm just going to place it right here, and I'm going to duplicate this so I don't have to go through the struggle of sizing it up and whatnot. And I'm going to just place this on the other side. You see? Easy, no stress involved. Then we're going to go ahead and add the same effects that we added for the clip. We're going to add the expand effects for both paper tiers. Remember, always leave it at the beginning of your clip, always. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the other paper tier. And after that's done, I'm just going to play the clip, make sure everything is aligned, and yeah, we're almost done with our first part. I'm just going to go ahead and export this to my camera roll. And I don't think I'm going to mention this again. So when your clip is done exporting, you always want to click on save to album to save it to your camera roll. Okay, moving on. We're going to go into CapCut and we're going to import the clip that we just saved from VN. So you're just going to click on a new project and select the clip that you want to use, and boom, we're in. Now we're going to be adding our text. I'm going to tell you how I made my text, where I got them from, and what types of fonts I used, but that will be after this. So now we're going to click on overlay, and that's going to take us back into our camera roll where we are going to select the text that I'll be adding, and then we're going to size it up and place it where we want it to be. I want it to be like in the lower part of my screen. You also want to make sure that your text overlay is the same length as the clip that you added so that everything is aligned. Now we're going to go ahead and add our animations. You're going to click on animation and you're going to click on in, and the animation that we'll be looking for is rock horizontal. So you're just going to scroll till you find it. There it is. And now we're just going to adjust this to 1.0 seconds. That's how long we want the animation to last for. And then we're going to check to see, yeah, that looks good. Then we're going to go back into our camera roll and add our other text. We're going to add done first, and then we're going to size it up and place it where we want it to be. So yeah, this is how it's looking. I'm still trying to size down my second text. You really won't have to deal with all this if you just make the second small text as one text instead of two separate names. But yeah, that's my bad. I'm still trying to adjust them, make it look how I want it to look. After that's done, we're going to go ahead and add our animations. And in the case that you make your small YouTube name text, I don't know if I'm making sense, as one text, you can use the same animation, like just one animation is going to do the trick. But for my first small done, I'm going to be using the animation swing bottom left, and I'm going to adjust it to 1.0 seconds as well. And for the small Corleone text, I'm going to be using the animation swing bottom right, and I'll be adjusting it to 1.0 seconds as well. Now that that's done, I'm going to adjust the clips, make sure that it's all aligned. And I did forget to mention that I did not place all these overlays in the same line because I want to create like a sort of effect. So you want to adjust them a bit, like with a few seconds, so that they don't come in at the same time but they end at the same time. Do you get my drift? Okay, so that's how it's looking. Great. We're just going to go ahead and export this to our camera roll. Next, I'm going to be showing you guys how I made my text for the first part of this intro. We'll be using PICSART. We'll be getting our PNG image from PICSART. You're just going to click on the cross sign, scroll all the way down, and select the first color background that you see. That's the PNG image, and save it to your camera roll. So next, we're going to go into PHONTO. I'm going to show you guys how I made my text. Once you're in, click on the camera icon below photo albums and click on the PNG image that you just saved from PICSART. The links to download the fonts that I'll be using for this intro will be in the description box down below, so you are welcome. So you're just going to type your YouTube name. We're going to be making our big text first. The font I used for this is American Captain. Sorry, this is supposed to be an N, not an M. So we're just going to place our text, and then we're going to click on style. Our text color is going to be white, and then we're going to add our spacing. We're going to adjust it to 5. That's okay. Then we're going to leave the stroke like this. We're not going to adjust that. And then we're going to adjust the shadow. There's an assortment of shadows to choose from. I'm going to be using the 5th option, and we're going to be using the second to the last shade of brown, the one before the darkest shade. just go ahead and click on done. This is what it's supposed to be looking like right now, and I think this text is in the size 148 or 150. Just try to centralize this before you export it to your camera roll. Now we're going to go ahead and make our small text. So just go ahead and click on text, and then we're going to be using the font domestic script for this text. Yes, so we're just going to type Don Corleone. You want to space this out in the middle when you're done, like 2 to 3 times or just twice. It's fine. That will do. Then we'll go ahead and style this. We're now going to adjust the text color. For the stroke, we're going to increase the alpha all the way to 100. And then for the shadow, we're going to reduce the alpha all the way to 0. So we have our text looking like this. So we're just going to go ahead and centralize that and export it to our camera roll. Do not forget, when you are exporting this to your camera roll, you always want to save image as PNG. Okay. Now we're back in our camera roll, and I'll be showing you what we need to kick off part 2. First off, you need a screen recording of your Instagram page, just like this. And then you're going to need this kind of background. You can find it on Google by searching caramel brown background. Yeah. And then you're going to be needing a screenshot of your Instagram page. What else do we need? You're going to be needing this Instagram tag. Yeah, this one right here. You can get it from your PICSART stickers. Just search for Instagram tag and something like this will pop up. Next, you're going to be needing your iPhone frame. It's not showing because it's not downloaded yet, but you can find it in your PICSART stickers as well. So the next thing you need to do is to crop the screen recording that you have of your Instagram page. You can just do this with your iPhone edits. So what you're going to do is click on edit, and then you're going to click on crop, I think. Yeah. And then you're going to click on this icon in the right top corner of your screen, and it's going to take you to where you can pick the aspect ratio that you want to use, and you're going to choose the 16:9, which is the YouTube frame. So yeah, this is what it should be looking like. So you can just click on done and save that. So the next thing you need is a screenshot of one of your Instagram posts, but I don't know if this is the one that I'll be using. Anyways, we'll see. Next, you're going to be needing a cute Baddie video of your choice. And yeah, next I'm going to show you guys real quick how we're going to make our social media tag. So we're going to head into PICSART real quick. Then we're going to pick a PNG background, and then we're going to click on stickers and search for white Instagram logo, not Instagram tag, white Instagram logo. And then I think this is the one I'll be using. Then I'm going to size it down and place it over here. Then I'm going to go back into stickers and search for white Twitter logo. I'm trying to find something that looks similar to the Instagram logo that I'll be using. So what I'm going to do now is to size it down and position it the way I want. I think I'm just going to leave this straight, yeah, and save it to my camera roll. So now we're going to head back into PHONTO, where I've already arranged how I want this to look, but I had tilted my social media logos to the left. That's with -10. Yeah, and then I had just placed my Instagram tag and placed my text over it. It really wasn't that hard. The text is in the size 70 and I used the font Baddie hand bold. It is part of PHONTO's free available fonts. And then I just saved it to my camera roll. That's all. Now we're going to go back into VN and we're going to start a new project. Then we're going to add our screen record, the screen recording of our Instagram page. Yeah. Always remember to check the end for any unwanted clips and get rid of that. And then we're going to be speeding up this clip to 2.8 times. Just click on the clip and click on speed and just adjust it. We're going to see if 2.8 times is going to work. What I'm trying to do is reduce this clip to 3 seconds. I think it's still a bit too fast. I'm going to go back in and reduce this to 2.6 times. Yeah. And the clip is still too long, so we're going to have to adjust it and make sure it's 3 seconds. Then we're going to select the clip and click on FX. We're going to be adding the spin out effect and we're going to adjust it for the whole 3 seconds of that clip. And yeah, this is how it's looking. Done. Once your brown background is added as an overlay, we're going to reduce the opacity to, let's say, 50. Let me see how this is going to work with our clip. I still think it's too dark, so we're going to reduce it to 20 and see how that's going to go. And also make sure that your overlay is the same length as your actual clip. 20 is fine, 20 is good. This is looking great. We're just going to go ahead and save this. Then we're going to go into CapCut and start a new project. And then we're going to add the clip that we just made from VN. And we're going to make sure that it is 3 seconds long. Then you're going to click on overlay and add your video. And then what we're going to do is tilt this to the side, to the left. And we're going to tilt it preferably at a 13-degree angle. And then we're going to reduce the volume of that clip. And then we're going to cut it down to our favorite 3 seconds. Then you're going to slide till you find edit, then you select crop, and what you're going to do is size this video down on the sides so that it's slim enough to fit behind your iPhone frame. After that, what you want to do is add your iPhone frame as another overlay and angle it in the same position that you angled your video and make sure that it's framing your video properly. Next, I'm going to add the screenshot of my Instagram page, but I'm not going to be tilting it or anything. And then I'm going to frame it the same way I framed the video that I added earlier. And I'm going to move both of them down some layers. I'm just going to swipe till I find layer, and I'm going to move them down to layer 1. I'm going to do the same thing for the screenshots of my Instagram page and the accompanying iPhone frame. Next overlay I added was a screenshot of my Instagram post. I did not use the one that I showed you guys earlier. I'm going to tilt this 13 degrees to the right, and I'm just going to size it up and place it where I want it to be. So yeah, I think here looks good, and it's in the middle as well. So the last overlay that we'll be adding is our Instagram tag and social media handles. I'm just going to size this down and place it where I want it to be. I want it like at the bottom of my Instagram post. Right there is fine. Now we're going to start adding our animations for each overlay. For the social media icons and tag, The animation that we're going to be using is the zoom in. Is it zoom in or zoom one? Zoom one. And we're going to adjust it to 0.5 seconds. Done. And for our Instagram post, we're going to be using rock vertically or rock vertical. We're going to adjust it to 0.1 seconds. Done. For the screenshot of my Instagram page and the iPhone frame that's with it, I'm going to use the same animation for both of them so that they come in uniformed. The animation that I'm using is slide up, and I'm going to be timing it to 0.5 seconds. And I'm going to be using the shake one animation for our video, and I'm going to adjust it to 0.5 seconds as well. And I'm going to be doing the same thing for the iPhone frame that I'm using for it also. Let me see how it's looking. We have a little problem. I have to size up the screenshot of my Instagram page and the iPhone frame with it, just so that it looks like the original. So we just need to size that up and make it look bigger. Okay, so I think we are getting it together now. Let me see how this is looking. Yeah, there we have it. We can go ahead and export this to our camera roll. Now for the third part of our intro, we'll be needing a screen recording of our YouTube page. I screen recorded this from my MacBook. You can just go onto your YouTube channel and screen record this from your laptop. I don't know, it depends on whatever laptop you're using, but you can Google how to do this, so it will be easier for you. Next, you'll be needing a green screen subscribe PNG or subscribe animation. You can just search this on YouTube and you get a lot of options to choose from. And next, we'll be needing a cutout photo. I'll show you guys how I got this. First, you can go into Safari and you can go to the website remove.bg. That's where I upload my images and get them cut out. It cuts out your photos very, very, very neatly, and you don't need to do any extra work and whatnot. Then we're going to go into PICSART and we're going to add our cutout photo, size it up, and you always want to remember to move it up because PICSART has a watermark which you have to pay for to remove. But now we're going to be shape cropping our picture. We're going to use the circle shape to crop this picture. You can just zoom it out or zoom it in, just place it however you want it to look like. When that's done, you just click on the check sign. Then I'm going to size this up some more and centralize it. And then I'm going to add shadow and I'm going to size it up like this, and then I'm going to angle it. I need it to be on this side, and then I'm going to blur it out just like this. Then I'm going to click on the check sign and save that to my camera roll. After that, I'm going to go into the eraser app. I'm just going to add the photo and click on erase. And then I'm just going to take that out. Click on done and save this to my camera roll. Then we're going to go back into VN and start a new project where we're going to add the screen recording of our YouTube channel from the desktop. Then we're going to get rid of this last clip at the end. We don't need that. Then we're going to go ahead and speed this clip up a bit. I'm going to leave it at 1.6 times. That's fast enough. And then we're going to cut it down as usual to 3 seconds and add our brown background. Reduce the opacity to 20 like before. Let me see how that's looking. good. Then you're going to select the clip, select zoom in, and then we're going to see how that effect is playing out so far. You're still going to click on effects and you're going to select another effect. We're going to go for spin in. Yeah, let's see. And then we're going to stretch it out for the whole 3 seconds. Let me see. Yeah, this looks good. Let's play that and cross check. Great. Now we're going to go ahead and save that to our camera roll. Now we've imported the clip that we just saved from VN back into CapCut, and we are going to just go ahead and add another overlay, which is the photo that we cut out from PICSART. Then we are going to size it up and place it where we want it to be. And then we are going to go in and add this white circle. I got this from PICSART stickers as well. I'm just going to place it where I want it to be. And then I'm going to be using the same slide down animation at 1.5 seconds for both the cutout photo and the circle. And I'm just going to see how that looks. Yeah, that's fine. Next, I'm going to be adding my subscribe green screen PNG. Then I'm going to select chroma key, pick out the green color and increase the intensity all the way to 100. And then I'm going to cut this down to 3 seconds by speeding it up. I'm going to speed it up to, let's say, 1.5 times. Yeah, and then I'm going to cut it down to 3 seconds. I'm just going to cut out like the most important part, and don't forget to reduce the volume of this clip. It did have some volume after I screen recorded it. And then I'm going to bring it down here and size it down as well so that it's going to be where I want it to be. Yeah, this size is perfect. So let's see how it's looking. Okay, so we have a little problem. Our clips are not really aligned. You always want to make sure that everything is playing from start to finish. So I'm just trying to move the clips around to make sure that everything is aligned, because our subscribe PNG wasn't really visible at the end. So let's see. Yeah, I think we fixed that. You can go ahead and save this to your phone. So now we're starting a new project, and all you need to do is add the 3 different clips that you made from the 3 different parts of this intro. We will be merging them into one. Once your clips are in, you want to make sure that everything is set, everything is aligned, everything is looking the way it's supposed to look. Then you're going to go ahead and add your transitions. For our first transition, we're going to be using a transition from Effect. We're going to be using the shorter transition, and then for our second transition, we're going to be using from Effect as well, and we'll be using the whoosh transition. Before you export, I really do hope that this tutorial came in handy, and this is how your intro is looking. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.
Shawty made that ass clap, she don't need no applause. High fashion, like Goya, G-Wagon, or the Rover.